Hello and welcome to the Hope Hotline.
Hi, everybody.
I know everybody is completely confused. This shirt's going to drive me nuts. I knew I should have changed it. Hello. Welcome to the Hope Hotline. Take two. So I know we said that Natalie was going to be here on Friday. Here's the problem. We can't record and we can't be live on Friday because of Dr. Rodney coming. And everybody's arriving at 3, so even Tom's having to record. So that left us with not being able to be on, we're not going to be able to be on anything on Friday. So the podcast will be canceled Friday. So
I'm here today.
She's here today. We've jumped through hoops to make this happen. So, because you guys have lots of questions. So we're going to make it happen. Do you want to do the thing really quick, and then we'll move right into getting questions answered, because there's like 5 of them, and I don't even know how long any of them are going to take. And then you guys probably will have some on the some on TikTok. TikTok, if you have questions that you need answered, by a physician, we will do our best to do that.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. So if you are on Facebook, we are glad you're here, but we just want you to, and actually I'm going to skip Facebook because it's now going to be live in a second. So YouTube first. YouTube, if you are on there, we need you to subscribe and we want you to comment, but also you can head over to
We're banned on it.
one. Hello. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to mute everybody's mics. You guys are muted. So I need you guys to head over to Rumble if you want to be part of the live chat. Like you guys saw, Natalie is on today. We are canceled on Friday because we've got Pastor Rodney's here. So it's just going to be a Wednesday podcast this time. And okay, now we are officially on Facebook. So we're good now. So if you're on Facebook, you can like and share, and you can also send a comment. But then if you want to, if you come over to Rumble, we'll be able to hang out together. So I'm going to say hi to my people on Rumble right now. We've got Linda and we've got Sharon on. Of course, Vanessa's in the live chat. And then we've got people on TikTok as well. We got Sarah here in studio, and we have her in the TikTok live on the Hope Hotline. You also are on Hey, It's Hope 01 on TikTok as well. And that's Hope's personal TikTok. So we are all across the board. We are on Black Robe, and we will have an audio podcast later today. So yeah, join us wherever you want, wherever you want. We love being able to chat with you. So Rumble's great for that, but TikTok is also available today, and I'll be a little bit less busy today just because Natalie will be here doing all of her questions. So we'll be back Wednesday. So we need you guys to send in some questions. We got some good ones coming up, but we want you to send in your questions. Like we were just talking about, Hey, It's Hope 01. That's Hope's personal TikTok, and she is live right now. And then we've got our Hope Hotline one, and we are, hold on. I'm letting you, let's see. Which one are you? Okay, try now.
I said, can you please update that? I have way more followers now.
She does.
Way more. 20.
Way more than 100. I'm going to have to keep uploading that.
Gosh, get moving.
I know. Seriously. Actually, yeah. This one too. I literally downloaded a screenshot of it and I haven't uploaded it. We have like 70 something on the Hope Hotline. So no crazy viral videos yet. So once we do that, we're going to be maybe you guys on the Hope Hotline.
But that's pretty good.
TikTok.
I had nobody.
I know. That's and no viral videos.
It's not even been 5 weeks.
I know. Great.
Yeah.
We're just doing our thing.
That's wild.
It is wild. And then, of course, Natalie is here today, and she will be back every month. So you want to stay tuned for that. And if you come up with any questions today during the podcast, write them down, send them in the email. And then guess what? Next month, we'll be able to have a conversation about anything medical related or anything at all, whatever. We'll see what she can answer. We have our TikTok on Instagram, and of course we have our Hope Hotline merch. It's available here at church, but also online at foundationchurchfl.com. And last but not least, Pastor Rodney will be here at Foundation Church on April 25th at 7 p.m. We have a full house, so you definitely want to go and register. And you can find that on basically any of our social medias. If you're on TikTok or if you're on Instagram, you've probably seen the sponsored ad. And so just click on that and just register so they know who's coming, and we can make sure we have enough seats, because we will make it happen. And that is all.
Don't promise that.
We will make it. You can sit in my lap. I know, it's a full house.
Do you realize how long that thing's going to be?
It's a full house.
I mean, Vanessa, have you registered?
Oh.
I registered.
I didn't register.
I registered.
Kelly, did you register? Oh, okay. Our neighbors who are coming didn't register, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had to find the sponsored ad.
So as of this morning, I have no idea. But as of yesterday morning, it was 1,200 people.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Can you
Okay.
imagine? There's lots of people that didn't register.
My God.
I registered.
Doors open at
Heather's
6,
going to
right?
lunch.
Doors open at 6. Come get your seat.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be good.
It always is good.
Well, he's bringing a crowd for a reason. He brings everywhere that man goes, man, he brings in the crowd. It's insanity. So definitely don't want to miss it. Somehow, some way,
Make sure you're here.
we will all squish in.
Yes, we will.
It's going to be like a zit.
Oh, I like that.
Gonna pop. We're gonna. It's gonna be tight. What is that?
Heather.
No, it's not like a zit for Heather. It's not like a zit. Okay,
Okay.
let's go. So for everybody who doesn't know, who's first time ever being a part, Natalie is a nurse practitioner.
Yep.
She's holistic, more or less. She's has her own concierge medical profession, professional business. And for those who are like, I have never heard any of that before. She'll go into greater detail as to what she does, because a lot of times through the questions, all of that comes about. But before the podcast is over, we'll make sure you know where she's at, what her contact information is, and also TikTok, wherever you can send any questions you have, and she will definitely be answering them for you. First one, though, and so let's just so people understand, when we say holistic, we don't mean like acupuncture, even though acupuncture is not bad. It's more of today's medical profession is all done by protocol. So protocol is if you walk into the hospital or the doctor's office and you say, I have this symptom, then they pull that symptom up on the screen and they start reading things off and they find out it's like a checklist. That is not how she runs her medical business. Okay, not medical business, but medical profession. So if you came in to see her, it's like when you went to the doctor back in the day. You'd sit down, you talk for a while, you'd figure it out through conversation what the situation is, not off of a checklist, because just because you say you have this symptom doesn't mean that checklist is actually going to be accurate. It could be something completely opposite of whatever that symptom is.
Correct. So it's more like looking for the root cause of what your symptom is, right? Instead of just treating a symptom, that's what allopathic medicine really does, is they treat the symptom instead of finding out what is causing that symptom and getting to the bottom line of that symptom to treat it.
Correct. And once you can treat it, then there's no usually...
The symptom goes away.
Yeah. Which nowadays we're using pharmaceutical drugs to just bandage a situation.
Correct.
Instead of figuring it out so that it's no longer a part of your body. Because a lot of times things like we make fun of peptides, but a lot of times certain things that you can eat and add to your diet can remove a situation that's
Correct.
causing a side effect. And it's as simple as eating a certain way. And it's not like you can't have fun when you eat. It means like you're not getting a certain like maybe a vitamin or something like that you're missing.
Correct.
So which our foods are missing lots of vitamins.
Tons. Our soil is so depleted.
So that's causing us to have side effects even from that.
Yes.
But once you get all of that taken care of, then usually whatever that root is, you can eradicate it and
Correct.
be a normal human being again. All right. So those are the questions you might want to be thinking about asking. But here's the first question. As both a medical professional and a person of faith, how do you navigate the balance between trusting God for healing and pursuing medical treatment? When do you lean fully on faith and when do you turn to medicine?
That depends on the patient.
For those who don't know as well, she's also a Christian. So which is nice for a lot of us Christians, because a lot of times we want somebody who is like-minded in our belief system that isn't going to say don't use medicine, because listen, there's some faiths out there that going to a doctor is a big fat whopping no-no, and that's not you want somebody who's balanced in
Correct.
it. So you could be a Christian, and then and a lot of times Christians want to go to other Christians because they want to add God into that equation. So go ahead and answer that question.
So it really depends on the patient that I'm treating. If the patient comes to me asking me what my opinion is, I do give an allopathic or your regular medicine opinion of what you could do to help the situation. But we also talk one step further and go into the faith-based, which is we pray and we seek what we need to seek from God to help us. And so it depends on the patient. That's the hardest thing. You have to kind of feel out what the patient's feeling, because some patients don't have that belief that they can be healed.
Yeah, which is, it's not necessarily great. I mean, I was going to say which is okay. It's not really that okay, but it's just where they're at. So
That's where they're at.
So like a lot of times if you deal with anxiety, then what happens is when you're dealing with anxiety, it can cause like blood pressure. So you can, if you're a Christian, then you can speak to anxiety,
Correct.
not just like, let's give you something for anxiety. Let's talk about what the Bible talks about as far as all of these things. And then let's address the blood pressure situation.
Correct.
Because a lot of times people go in and think they're having heart attacks. When sometimes it's gas, but then sometimes it's a panic attack, and they just don't even know it. But for you, through talking through things, you can just narrow it down to what it is, and then let's talk and address those things. Do you find that you have a lot of Christians who go to you, more Christians that go to you versus people who are not, or is it pretty even?
It's getting more even. It was more Christians. And then you really don't hear a lot from the Christians because a lot of them don't get sick, to be honest, or they don't have an issue. But it's getting more even. I do have more people that aren't Christians, so to say. I mean, they believe in God, but they don't walk it out in faith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you ever say, let's pray about this? And they're like, what are you talking about? Or
I've had that, but I've had that even before I opened my business. I've done that on and off my entire nursing career. So some people are like, well, to be honest, the sicker they are, the more people are susceptible to saying, and they're more open to you praying with them.
yeah, because dire times or you make you desperate for.
During COVID, there was a lot of people that were like, yes, please pray. So
Yeah, I can see that. That was a scary time for a lot of people. So it just depends on the situation for you as far as medicine and prayer. But
Correct.
you always lean to the medical side of things because that's why people come to you?
no,
Or-
it depends on the person. It depends. Some people just need to hear the word itself from, instead of like seeking it out themselves in the Bible. They like, some people like to hear it vocally, right? You know how a lot of people want to hear from God. They want to hear a vocal, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes they just need to hear that instead of me just saying, okay, well, we can do this, but let's try this first. And if this doesn't work for you, there's always another option.
Okay. So it could go either way.
It can go either way.
Seriously, either way. Okay, let us go to the next question. I'm going to skip past this really quick and we'll get back to that. But can you share any stories from your medical career where a patient's recovery was so extraordinary that you knew it could only be explained by God's healing? Have you ever had that?
I did. I was one of my own patients. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer. We sat down and we prayed together, and I didn't see him for quite some time. And then when he finally came back about 4 months later, he gave me the biggest hug, and he was like, there's nothing there. Everything is gone. There's nothing there. And I knew it was God. You get the chills when you know it's from God.
Yeah. Did they, were they Christians?
Yeah, he was a Christian. He was a Christian. Now, people that aren't, sometimes they sit there and say, oh, it was the medicine that did it or whatever, but I know different. Again, you get like the tingles when you know it's God. If you have that discernment, you know when it's God and when it's something else.
So, like, for me, like, this is just being super transparent. So, I do know, like, I can think of somebody right now where they had cancer. They were told it would be 5 years. They need to take medical treatment. But even with the medical treatment, it extend their life 5 years. Okay, so they did the medical treatment, but what ended up happening is they, through that time of doing all of that, they sought prayer every single time somebody was willing to pray for them. They stayed in their word. They stood in faith. And then the test results came back that there was no cancer. Okay, so for me, I definitely know, okay, that's a God thing
That's a God
because
thing.
there's absolutely no way this person, even with medical treatment, was only getting 5 years. That meant that it was never going to go. They were
Correct.
just extending their life. Now they have no cancer. That's definitely God. But then there's the ones that I sit there and I don't want to take anything from God, but I tend to be like those people too. I'll be honest with you, is when I see that somebody is gone, say they have cancer again, they go through all the cancer treatment and they get all the way to the very end of it and they have no cancer now. Well, that was the way it was supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I don't sit there and necessarily say, well, that was God. Because sometimes it's just the doctors, because that's all your faith had is in the doctors. And so the medicine worked. Now, did God play a part in that? Yeah, to a degree, because he made people smart enough, right? But do I think that there was a miracle in that? I don't. I think it was a medically miracle, but not like supernatural miracle. Does that make sense?
No, it definitely makes a lot of sense.
So how do you know if you've seen something like that? How do you know that it wasn't?
Well, that one guy didn't even have any treatment. That's what I'm saying. He was diagnosed, and then a couple months later, he didn't even start the treatment. He came back and he said,
Free and clear.
Free and clear. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's
Definitely.
that's a definite. So do you ever feel like when somebody's gone completely through a medical procedure that they were healed, even though, or medically healed, or which way? How do you perceive that? Are you like me? Like I don't think it's terrible to not take. It's not like you're taking away from God. You're just giving credit where credit is due, as far as I'm concerned.
Correct. And again, it's situational because not everybody's situation is the same. Right.
Like that lady, right?
Correct. Not everybody's situation is the same. So it is situational when you would know and when you wouldn't know.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, I look at Norma, like with her thyroid. They said forever, or celiac. They said forever you'll have celiac, forever you'll have a thyroid condition, and she had that goiter. And she's like, no, I'm not taking the medicine. I'll never
Good for
take
her.
the medicine. And even though I went shopping for her, that was our first miracle, because within probably 10 days of them diagnosing her, we went and got another test done, and they were like, no, she's totally fine. And she started eating the food, and I thought the kid was going to die, because she's the pickiest eater on the face of the earth.
And that's not
I was
good
like,
food.
please, God, please don't let her have to live with this, because this is going to be rough for both of us. And then the thyroid, literally, that was 5 years later. She never took any medication either. And she just, and her doctors thought she was crazy. They're like, you have to do this. Like, it's for the rest of your life. And then go in and, you do blood work every year. Like, it's extensive. Mm-hmm. And they're like, you're taking your medication, aren't you? And she's like, nope, I'm not.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. And they're
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
okay, you don't have any signs of thyroid. Those are the ones that I sit there and go, obviously it's God.
That's
There's
God.
absolutely no way. But I don't know, like for me, when people say that it's the other way around, I just am like, I have a hard time, and girls, you can tell me if you're wrong or not, but you're not going to be able to hear you because I have your microphone, but like, I have a hard time. You can put them on and block me off, but I have a hard time like saying it's something that it's not. I mean, do you know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're saying because it's hard to distinguish.
I feel like I'm not being honest if I sit there and go, yeah, that was a true miracle of God, when I'm sitting there going, now that like medical science solved your problem. Thank God medical science was there for you.
Correct.
That's
There's
how
a
I
difference. honestly
honestly feel. You girls, how do you feel? Or do you feel differently? Because I don't mind if you say, no, I don't. I still think it was God. I mean, for me, I like totally am fine with that, because I love everybody's opinion.
I believe that our bodies were made to heal themselves. Like God put that intrinsically. You cut your hand, it heals by itself. If you are giving your body the right things, it heals itself. But I've also never had like a really severe illness to where I've had to get medical treatment for it. Anytime
Yeah.
I've ever had anything going on with me, I was able to treat it with, what I was eating and taking things out and supplements and stuff. So, I don't know about that. I've never experienced like the the quote unquote miracle of
situation.
medicine.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I believe that, like you were saying, God gave people the intelligence too. Like he's the creator of the science that healed them as
Correct.
well.
Yeah.
So
Thank God.
yeah.
Because literally, my kid's alive because of it.
Yeah.
That's the truth. I mean, I would love to have said my faith was big enough, but it definitely was not. And I'd be in big trouble if the medical profession wasn't there. And I think a lot of times we poo-poo that, because it's not godly enough to say that. It's like we're showing disrespect to God because we're not giving him credit. But I sit there and go, wait, really? What did God have anything to do with that outside of making somebody smart enough because they didn't have the faith or they had enough unbelief to make it happen without him being a part of it? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Vanessa?
I see your point of view. It's not something that I've ever considered or was even a thought in my brain. So you've given me something to chew on for sure. I just go back to the Bible and, Jesus healed supernaturally. Never once did he mention like medicine but also he designed our brains and science. So there's that aspect as well. So.
And we don't even use a fraction of our
No.
brain that has been given to us. And it's a
True.
proven fact. We don't, it's such a small percentage of the brain that we actually utilize. Can you imagine? That's
we
how the
used it
Tower, the Tower of Babel.
That's why they got so tall.
That's why they got so stupid.
That too.
That's why we keep getting dumber.
Smart, we're stupid.
Yes. Tracy?
So I've always, and I was looking at Bible Hub, kind of looking back at the Greek or Hebrew, whatever it is. And I always had James 1:17, which is every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of heavenly lights, who does not change like a shifting shadow. So I always said anything good that happens from God. That's just always what but it's true. It is kind of like the uncomfortableness of you don't want to take away from God being God, but when you do only use medicine and you're not really even praying about it, and I know medicine works. I was super dehydrated when I was pregnant with the girls. I could not get enough. I couldn't. I was out of it. Brought me to the hospital, gave me an IV, and I immediately felt better. And it was the weirdest. It was almost that was the miracle. And it just fixed me. And so, situationally, it makes sense, but I don't like it. I don't like that. My faith wasn't there, but that is the facts,
Yeah.
So it is. It's as a Christian, it's yeah.
It'd be perfect
know?
if it would be perfect if the Bible is true, okay? And people would say what we're talking about that's not right. But more than likely, if that person was honest with themselves, my question would be is how much time do you spend in the Bible and how much do you read it and how much have you actually not just read it, but studied out this specific thing?
Right.
Because if you studied it out, I
Right.
don't know if your opinion would be the same because it's what you believe. It's not what you know.
Right.
And there is a definite difference between the two.
Right.
And for me, I just am when people do come to me, because they do, when people do come to me, I am very hesitant because I'm big, and you guys know I'm big on not being dishonest.
Right.
So I literally sit there and go, not yeah. Because I'm I don't want to, I don't want to say I agree with them, but I also don't want to take away from what
Right.
they truly, I might be wrong. I don't
Right.
think I am, but for me, I just sit there and go, I don't want to take away from what they believe. But at the same time, I'm how could it be your faith that healed you when
You're not doing that.
the medical field, the doctor was smart and he helped you and you're alive because of him. I mean, give credit where credit is due. Now, God gave him the intelligence, but at the end of the day, he's the one that put the steps in order for your life to be spared. So for me, I'm kudos to the doctor.
Again, it's very, very situational because everybody's different. You can bring say someone comes in for functional medicine, you have to be willing to change what you're going to need to change your outcome of what's going on with your body. But if you're not willing to go by the steps that it takes to change it, whether it's biblically or from the medical professional, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's very situational. That's why
Yeah.
it's hard for me to even give you a definite. It's
Yeah.
situational.
Yeah. Well, and it depends on if people come and talk to you and say, this is my situation, this is what happened to me. It's very different than being in the moment with them. So 2 different places. So I get it. The next one is Natalie. I love that you're going to be on the Hope Hotline every month. With new medical news popping up constantly and so much mistrust out there, it's refreshing to hear from someone who we can actually trust. My question is, if you couldn't work in the medical field in any way, shape, or form, what career would you choose instead?
Probably be a vet. But I don't know if that's still considered like the
That's
medical.
cheating.
But
Yeah, that's medical.
oh,
Pick again.
come on.
Oh, like the schooling is far worse.
As a vet?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
What are you thinking, woman?
I love animals.
Bless it, man. No way.
I
Yeah.
picture
What would you
as,
do
like, a
since you
farmer.
can't?
So
Farmer.
since that's considered medicine, what would I
Yes.
do?
Yeah.
I'd probably be a teacher.
Like a school teacher or like
Yep.
with children?
No, adults.
Okay.
Not
What kind of, like a
Yeah.
professor at a college?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What subject?
Medicine.
Science.
Science.
Science. I didn't say medicine. I said science. Science. I was horrible in English. I'm a horrible speller. I was good in math. I loved math. So it would have to be science. I'm more science based.
I'd be a taste tester.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. I'd be fat as a 2-ton hog.
yeah, but
like
what
I
happens
used
if
to
you
be.
got
But
something that tasted nasty.
I don't care. I like pretty much everything. So for me, there will be very few things in this life that I do not like. I mean, bugs, that's a no go. But
What about
you know,
brains? People eat brains.
I would taste those in 2 seconds flat. You might
my
like them. You never know.
Maybe if they're cooked right.
Yeah.
No.
Everything has to be. Listen,
It's
you
all
can
on
make
how
it's
you
all how you
cook
cook it, how you prepare it.
So I'm not afraid to taste anything. I mean,
am.
obviously within
too.
reason, but for the most part, I would love as a career to be a person that goes around to different countries,
Ooh, like a food
different
critic.
restaurants,
A food
and
critic.
taste test.
Food critic.
Put me in, coach.
She can't.
I'm ready to play.
what about them?
A food critic. Is that what you want to be? Like go to different like.
I mean, I don't even have to critique it. Just let me taste it.
Just want to taste
she
it.
just wants to
How do you get
taste
paid?
I'll get paid to taste it.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
This sucks. You need to not do
so
this.
that's
But
not
I
the
wouldn't
critiquing.
critique it to the world so they lose their business. I just tell them this
You
stinks.
tell them how to make it
You need to
better.
do it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
But I'd like to go all over and do it. See the country.
I would be an influencer.
You want to be
and try all
a
the
TikTok
things.
influencer?
Maybe.
The Latina next door
just do it.
TikTok influencer?
And
What do
just-
you want to influence?
You know how you want to taste all the things? I want to like try all the things.
Oh, that is so up your alley. Is that not
Right?
her, up her alley, Heather? She wants
Yes,
to
just say
try
yes, Heather.
everything.
Heather's coming.
Yeah. You ding dongs over there? Do you got any
about
idea?
you?
What would you do
What would you do?
if you had to pick anything in the world?
I want to
Yeah.
direct an orchestra.
Ooh.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Do you know how to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know how.
Just never done it?
I've never had the
Well,
opportunity.
why? Not that this has anything to do with the medical profession, but why would you want to do that? Like,
I don't know. Some
what's
people-
fun in that for you?
It's like taking what's on the page
Uh huh.
with all the different instruments
Yeah.
and then
Organizing
make
it.
happen. You make it come to life with the way that you are moving your body. So it's like,
Interesting.
yeah.
I have no interest in that, but I was very curious as to like what would make somebody want to do that. But I see that because it's kind of like an organizational thing
And it's creative. Yeah.
and very creative.
It's right brain and left brain
True.
together. And that's where I shine.
I shine at eating. Go ahead. Yeah,
true.
I love it.
I want to. Well, I still want to be this a philanthropist.
A what?
Yeah, that
A
too.
philanthropist. A
Well,
philanthropist.
don't you have to have a lot of money to be a
Correct.
Okay.
So that's why she's still wanting to be it.
Exactly. But I am going to be that at some point. But so if I had to change everything, I would want to travel and take photos
Oh, that's nice.
and get paid for that. Okay.
So we
Can
can
you
travel with
take
you.
pictures
of me
She'll
eating?
She'll eat all the
She
things. I
You
will
do
try all the gadgets.
all the things. Yes.
And I will
I'll
eat
take all the
all the
pictures.
gadgets.
Right.
I will eat all the things. Like, listen, I think that's one of the reasons why I like mukbangs.
Yeah, that
Because
is
I'm
why.
like,
Absolutely.
I love mukbangs. But I'm into this girl right now, not the two girls that I used to watch.
Oh.
I'm not really watching them
new
anymore.
girl. A new
I'm
girl.
watching this girl eat. No, I did watch the girl eat steak and eggs, but she's boring me now. No, I watch this girl. She does these eating challenges. She goes into the different
The
restaurants.
big eating challenges.
The big. She is
she's
is
like this
smaller
tiny.
than me.
Yeah, I've seen
Oh,
her.
she eats all the stuff.
She's short. When I say smaller than me, I don't mean weight wise. I mean height wise. She's like maybe Heather size, 4'10" tops. Heather might be taller than her. Heather might be
wasn't
taller
happy
than her.
about
I said. Okay, so she's buff. She's muscular,
Listen, and she can pack away
and she
some food.
packs it away. Her name is, if you're a TikToker,
TikTok.
it starts with a K.
That's helpful.
It's Kila something.
Kila. Check her out. Oh yeah.
Listen, I think I've seen
Kilani
it.
or
I
Kilani
think I've
or
seen her.
something.
She did that big, huge, what is it, a 70-ounce steak or something like that. But she had to do all the sides as well, which was bread and
No
everything.
way.
Oh yeah.
No way.
She did, like, I just watched her eat 15 hamburgers. Yeah, I'm not kidding you.
way.
Like, it's amazing. She has to do it in like an hour.
Is it amazing? It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It is.
Yeah, just to sit there and watch her
Watch
do it.
her.
And sit there and go, how could you keep just eating all that food?
And sometimes, you know how parts are really
Anybody?
popular right now on TikTok? Like TikTok makes you do things in parts. So you're
Okay.
like
Yeah, yeah.
part 1, part 2.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's a series.
Right.
TikTok has all those
Yeah.
rules to make you grow,
Right. Right.
which I'm only at 120 followers. So
You
We
are
know
at
I'm not growing.
120. Yes.
You're getting there.
I'm getting there.
Where were
You
you
are.
5 weeks ago?
Exactly.
0. Hello. But so, like, this girl has lots of followers, but she does them in parts because there's so much food. She can't eat it and do her minute and a half. The girl's a beast.
No way.
My mouth is watering
Me too.
right now.
I'm
I feel
telling you,
uncomfortable.
like, when you watch it, it's so many different, and she eats oftentimes, she'll only eat this, and then she'll go over here and eat this. She doesn't eat it all in a mixture. She eats it in sections like my husband eats his food.
Natalie, I have a new question. Is there something wrong with somebody's brain if they enjoy watching
People eat.
No,
Are you sure?
Thank you,
I'm
Natalie.
Are
positive.
you- okay.
Thank you, Natalie.
Just checking because
Well, the thing
us
is I
three-
can't eat it anymore. So I enjoy
Watching
living
other people-
living vicariously through others.
So why do you guys like it and we don't? What's your medical professional opinion?
As
we're
to why
like-
people watch people eat?
Yeah, we're like,
You guys don't.
my
They
mouth-
don't like
yeah,
it.
like my
I
mouth.
like it.
Right.
I think
Thanks,
it's
Natalie.
cool.
Right. So what medical professional?
But she's lost a lot of weight. So
Because I
she's like
can't
me.
eat it.
Thank you.
Okay, that's the
I know
reason.
what I
Watch
can eat,
people
what I
eat
can't
it.
eat anymore.
Yeah, because Hope watches it when she's fasting. So
Oh yeah. I just watched it yesterday. I just came off of a fast this morning.
I'm telling you, you just sit there and say, "That's me. That's me." Uh-huh.
okay. Oh wow. Okay. So
I
it's,
imagine like what it tastes like. I literally am imagining what does it taste like. I wonder what that tastes like. And then I'm get so hungry. Then I'm like, I can't watch this anymore.
this sounds like a mental thing.
It's definitely a mental thing. I'm starving.
Oh my god.
When I should be praying, I'm watching
Yeah, me
mukbang.
too. I'll watch them. Yeah, we like watching them cook. the
But you
food.
like, okay.
But
So if
not-
you like watching the cooking, you don't like to see them enjoy it after they cook
One
it.
bite is all
Yes.
I need.
Yes. I
Just
agree.
one bite?
Just
One
not
bite,
like
see the face, the end.
Yeah, too much. Do you like watching
That won't
it?
do for me.
No.
Just burped. All right, let's do sponsor time real quick. Real Estate Appraisal Associates of Southwest Florida, Inc. is owned by Laura Keller. They have been in business since 2005. They provide the most accurate certified home appraisal service in Southwest Florida. They have upfront pricing with no hidden fees, no waiting for a couple weeks for your appraisal. They will have it done in 2 to 4 days. Why do you need an appraisal? There are many reasons to get one. First, when you call When you sell your home, it removes any concern that you priced it too low to eliminate paying high state taxes on your home you inherited, to make sure that you are not paying too much in property taxes because of an inaccurate home evaluation. Lastly, so that when you list your home, it's not priced too high and sits on the market for months or longer. Real Estate Appraisal Associates of Southwest Florida are highly trusted and valued. They have done over 10,000 appraisals, and they are locally owned and operated for over 30 years. They are a licensed state certified appraisal and are an expert team. Their appraisals have a 100% money back guarantee. They can provide residential real estate appraisals in the following counties: Charlotte, Sarasota, Manatee, DeSoto, Hillsborough, Pinellas, and Lee. If you give them a call and tell them that you heard about them from the Hope Hotline, you will receive a $50 discount. Their phone number is 941-743-3700, 941-743-3700. 3700. If you are listening, Hanson Automotive Services has been in business since 2017 with 20 years experience. They do everything from oil changes to tires to AC work and to engine repair and replacement. They are not just motivated to do their best, they are auto-motivated. Their business lives by Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. And Nick, Tracy has it set up. He will be coming on the podcast.
Yeah, can't wait.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's coming on the
Yes.
podcast. He's going to answer some automobile questions. His number is 941-460-3962, 941-460-3962, and we're going to get a little personal with him too.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
was
going to
say,
be. It's
is
go-
it just going to be that? Or
no,
are you gonna,
no,
okay.
it's going to be some funny stuff too. We've got some good stuff.
We got some good
You
stuff.
won't wanna miss
I don't know
that.
what it is, but
I don't
she does.
either, but in my brain I know. We haven't decided yet. We'll let you guys know, but it's going to be good.
He can handle it. He's married to Trish. He
Exactly.
can handle all of us.
He can.
Like, she's a piece of cake in comparison to
Yeah,
us.
exactly.
God bless. He'll be so glad he's married to her after he's done being with us for an hour.
Correct.
Oh, yes.
For sure.
Dear Lords of mercy. We'll give it to him. I'm hearing great things about DMSO, which is dimethyl sulfoxide.
Dimethyl sulfoxide.
Oh,
Wow.
so
Oh,
close.
That was good.
I know. I love to hear what she knows about it and what she thinks of it. What do you know about it, and what do you think about it?
Well, I do know about it. My husband's actually been using it.
Okay, give us the lowdown.
So
Don't put too much on.
this is, don't put too much on. Well, so the FDA, the only approved use for DMSO medically, because it is considered a solvent, which if
Is
anyone
it got
knows-
peptides in it? Vanessa wants to know.
No peptides.
I do. Oh, good.
But the only FDA approved is to use it for interstitial cystitis.
What the heck is that?
Yeah.
That's like where the lining of your bladder is really, really inflamed, and then they would put a liquid form into your bladder a couple times for a couple of weeks, and then that pain that you get from interstitial cystitis, which is like urgency, frequency, lots of pain, but you don't have a urinary tract infection. It's just your bladder. They use this, and that's the only FDA approved is to use it for that. So off-label, though, you can use it. It's good for like arthritis pain, rheumatoid arthritis. They use it for it helps your body absorb certain medications. So it's like a carrier.
Oh, wow.
But whatever you do not do like my husband and use copious amounts.
What does copious amounts do to you?
It literally shriveled up the skin on his hand.
That's frightening.
Yeah, he was scared. But after not taking it for a while, it did go away.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But you know, I would have failed medical school just because of the pronunciation of the words. I would have never passed.
For real.
Well, did you know medicines? You know how there's two names for medicine, right? They're like if you
No.
like there's Levaquin or levofloxacin, right? There's the generic name and then there's like the brand name. Brand name is easier than the generic name. They come up with these big, huge words for the generic name on medications, and it's better just to use the brand name because you can make out the name.
That's why they do that. I'm sure of it. What the heck, though? Like, were you intimidated when you had to learn all those words?
Yeah.
I'd been scared to
Try
death.
spelling them.
Yeah, never going to happen.
Yeah.
And I can spell pretty good. But,
And I can't spell.
Me either.
oh, my gosh, man.
But it does work. It did take away his arthritis pain in his hand. It is making a comeback, especially in the functional medicine side.
So what does something like that cost?
This right here was $20.
People,
Yeah.
if you're suffering from arthritis in your hands and like elbows and stuff like that, and it works for knees,
Yep.
Like, what does it do? Does it take it away for a period of time like an aspirin does, or what does it do?
It takes it away like for a period of time, like aspirin does.
Okay, so like how long would that take it away?
It was taking his away about 6 to 8 hours at a time.
That's good.
Yeah, but I
Because
don't know if it was
aspirin's not
because
good
of how
for
much
you.
he. Oh no, it's not good for you. But I just don't know how much he was using for me to tell you that, because it did, like I said, shriveled up his hand. It looked, it looked pretty bad.
But normally, if you use it normal,
If you use it normal,
it's not going to do anything.
No. I mean, you only need a little bit. It's like this one is in aloe vera.
Oh, it's like a
Yeah, smell it, Hope.
You're not gonna like
Yeah,
the smell.
smell
of
it. Take a big smell.
ugh. I do not like
Terrible.
the smell.
It's terrible.
Did you smell it already?
Yes.
You
smell
did
it.
that, and you said smell it.
Yes, because I had to smell it. Sarah didn't. Vanessa did.
I don't know what that smells
It
like.
smells
but
like
that
a
don't smell-
dirty
It
Chinese
smells like
food.
chemical, like a solvent,
yeah.
right?
No.
Well, not just chemical. It smells like a beef kind of
Like
Yeah.
a garlic.
beefy,
garlicky,
garlicky, a beefy, garlicky, very
Chinese.
faint, beefy, garlicky.
nasty,
But
dirty.
yeah, they're
But it
bringing
doesn't
it back.
smell like a chemical. So if you don't mind smelling like beef salve, which it's super popular right now with
Well,
a little bit of
tallow.
Yeah, I know. That's like I'd get the ones that smell like flowers. Okay, but
with the
but
essential oils.
my daughter gets the ones that smells like she's got beef on her face.
cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Literally.
And oh my gosh, Heather's dog. Heather, same with Heather. Heather, and she says her dog loves it. That's disgusting.
So gross.
That's disgusting. Beef tallow on the face.
Yep.
Ugh.
She does.
Okay, so is there anything important about that people other than that they need to know? Because a lot of people deal with arthritis.
A lot of people do. Yes. No,
And
I mean,
aspirin's not good, and people need to know that. Like Advil and Motrin and Tylenol. I mean, occasionally it's okay, but not to take it. And lots of people live with
Every day.
with. Shut up, Heather. A lot of people live with that.
yeah.
She's making fun of me.
Yes, but you're right. Advil, ibuprofen, too much of that, really bad on your kidneys. You can go into kidney
Yeah.
failure from it. The other thing is Tylenol.
It
If you're
thins the
ever-
blood.
Well, Tylenol doesn't thin your blood. Ibuprofen
No.
does, but Tylenol is bad for your liver. Big time.
Which, listen, I didn't know that, but I took copious amounts of Aleve. And
I
then
remember.
I bruised every part of my body.
I remember.
Unbeknownst to me, within a 24-hour period.
I remember.
I have it.
Big old bruise down the forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you
You had
can't
to wear
eat-
your baseball cap.
I had
on
to wear
here,
my
remember?
baseball cap for a really long time
Yep.
because, and
she's
my
still
husband made
laughing.
me wear like long sleeves and long pants because he's like, somebody's going to think I beat the crap out of you. So no part of your body can be seen by anybody. I was bruised everywhere.
I'm sure.
But people don't, I mean, it's not good to be on that stuff.
No.
So this is where this comes in handy.
Yeah, and only do a little bit, like a pea size amount, because it does like spread out. So you only need like a pea size amount.
That's kind of like what's that stuff that people rub on? their-
Bengay?
No. It's CBD oil.
Oh yeah.
Is that reminds me of CBD oil. I had a friend who used it. Like he would rub it on rub it on like his joints because his joints hurt, and then he had what's it with his feet? His feet had
Neuropathy.
neuropathy. Yeah.
There's
So he
actually a
put it
really
on that.
good medicine for neuropathy. It's called alpha lipoic acid.
Is that
Topical?
yes? Because that's what he was using.
No, you can get supplements on that one, and that helps. It also helps with brain fog. Instead of like gabapentin, they use gabapentin for neuropathy, and a lot of people have side effects from gabapentin. It can make you like hoo-ha, like weird in the head. And alpha lipoic doesn't do that, and it actually works better.
So, but also
And
that
it's cheaper.
something. What are you guys laughing at over there?
We heard
Oh,
it
I
makes
wasn't
your
reading that
hoo-ha
one.
weird.
There are children over there. I don't have my earpiece in, so I can't
it was
hear.
Sarah. It was this girl.
I can't hear anything
know.
over here. I don't have my earbud in, so that's not good. What is your opinion on DMSO and CDS, which is the chlorine dioxide solution, also known as MMS, and fenbendazole? Fenbendazole, mainly for overall health, even though I know several people use it for cancer. What the heck is all of that?
Well, DMSO is this. Chlorine dioxide solution, I really haven't found a good reason to use that. That is, I mean, that's really like, it can like,
It's like
strip-
chlorine, right?
well, yeah, they use it in your water to, instead of like hydrogen peroxide, they use it in your water to purify it.
Yeah.
And if you use too much of it, I mean, you literally, it has to be like a very, very strict, a little bit amount. Because if you use too much, you can literally strip the inside of your esophagus and your stomach. So I wouldn't touch that one too much, but they are using,
Holy
people are
moly.
using it more in their water now to help purify water. Which is MMS, and then fenbendazole is like, what's the word I'm looking for? Ivermectin. So it's an anti-parasitic medicine, and people using that now for cancer treatment.
So
Instead.
they're putting that with other things, though. It's just not one.
Fenbendazole?
Because that by itself doesn't heal cancer.
You mean
correct?
some people have gone on just fenbendazole and have kept their cancer gone. Goodbye, see ya. They would buy because that's dewormer for like your dog. And people would get it online, and it's proven. But you can get it. You can get it compounded from a pharmacy, so you're not getting the dog formula. But yeah. But now they usually have people do fenbendazole with ivermectin, which are the two parasitics, and then high dose vitamin C. Those are some of the different things that people are using for cancer treatment instead of your chemos and your radiation.
They're seeing great results from it.
They actually have a study, like a medical journal study out in, I think it was in November of 2024. They finally posted it, showing the significance of using that. Obviously, it was probably hidden. It's been hidden a lot. A lot of people just still think that it's crazy, but
Well, like you might not know this, but it's coming out. It seems like, and I don't know if this is true, but it seems like it's giving like radiation and chemotherapy a run for its money as far as like how effective it really is. Is that true?
it is true. But it's hard to find physicians that will give it, right? Or actually believe it, because a lot of people still believe what they're taught in school.
So that's where you being so different, that's where you look at the other options versus a physician that is just protocol minded. That's where you come in, and you're different from all of them, which goes back to what we were talking about at the very, very beginning of the podcast of there are differences. And like concierge service is where you actually come and service people in their homes, and also you've done physical therapy for people and things like that, whereas most of the time people have to go to the physician's office. You're like, if you can't come, that's okay, I'll come to you.
Correct.
Which is very...
And I do telehealth too, so
Yeah.
that's a big thing now since COVID.
Yeah, which you right now, you're only able to do it in Florida, correct? But at some point, you'll be extending out beyond that.
I'm hoping, here's what happened, is in Florida, in most places, in most states, you have to carry your FNP license or your nurse practitioner license plus your RN license. You have to carry 2 licenses. Well, in Florida, they did away with you having to carry your RN. Me, unbeknownst, during COVID, didn't know that, so they dropped my RN. And the only way to get multi-state,
Is to have to both.
well, you have to have your RN to get multi-state license, sure, right? And I've tried to go back and say, hey, can you reinstate my RN? But then they send it back and said no, because now they're trying to do where they can get a multi-state nurse practitioner license, which I don't know when that's going to pass. So I'm kind of like in between.
You're in limbo because
I'm in
until
limbo.
they make a decision.
Yeah.
Oh, that's special.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, well, that'll hold that up for people who want to, because we have lots of people that we know
That live out of state.
That live out of state, so they're here for season.
But if
Florida,
they have an address here in Florida,
it doesn't matter.
I can treat them, even if they're out of state, as long as they have an address here in
Interesting.
Florida.
So that's good to know.
Yeah.
That's very good to know. Okay, well, we'll be putting up all your information for people who want to reach out to you. Okay, next question is, how beneficial is NAD? What is NAD?
It's a very, very good. This question came from you, right?
No,
No.
No,
came
it didn't?
From, no, it came from, and she's probably watching, but it came from my partner that I work out with.
Oh, NAD.
My girlfriend that I work out with.
So NAD helps to like regenerate your like cells, like your mitochondria in your cells. And as we get older, we start to decrease on how much we produce on our NAD. NAD subcutaneous. The best way to get NAD, to be honest, is IV.
That's what she was saying.
But you can actually get the same
Liquid
benefit.
form.
You can still get the same benefit with the subcutaneous injection, but you have to do it very slowly, and you have to increase the dose very slowly because even like when you're getting it IV, you can get a weird feeling, like you feel like a whole bunch of energy came onto you, but it can come on so sudden that you kind of feel like you're having an anxiety attack almost.
That's what she was saying.
So if you do subcutaneous, you do it twice a week, and that's all you have to do, and you have to push it very slow.
Yeah, she said she has the shots. So she was like, can you ask your friend, like, when she comes on, I'm going to send me the question. Because she's very curious, but then it's so new to her.
It's very good for anti-aging, antioxidant. It's very, very good.
She was saying for your metabolism, it's excellent for that. Because everybody's metabolism, it's really being prescribed, which she's not even close to it, but it's prescribed a lot of times for people who are pre or post going through the menopause, right? So because what it does is she said...
Men too, when they're getting to that age.
She didn't tell me about men.
Yeah, men take it too.
Wow, that's interesting. She was saying how it offsets what the aging process does through the menopause. And... so it kind of reverts you back to where you can have like a better metabolism, so you don't have to deal with the weight gains and things like that from it. But and it's anti-aging, she was saying. So, have you ever heard any bad side effects from it? She was saying.
Like I said, the one bad side effect is just feeling like you're going to almost like jump out of your skin, so to say. So like when I did IVs with that, if people started feeling like their heart was racing or they were kind of feeling like overwhelmed, it's like an overwhelming feeling, we would just slow down the IV and then that would kind of go away. Really haven't heard anything bad about NAD because our body makes it. We just, as we get older, like everything else, our body starts to decline on how much it makes.
Slows down. Yeah. Hey, does anybody have any questions on the chat or anything? Because I want to give them an opportunity for that.
Yeah, no, but I have one if we have time at the end.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Because we only have 8 more minutes, and
Yeah.
I just finished my last question, which is
Okay.
always good because a lot of times we don't have enough time for people to ask questions. So let's get yours, and then maybe somebody will have one for her in the meantime.
Okay, so this has to do kind of with surgery and people being like pain medication afterwards and how many people get addicted to it. Is there any way, if somebody had to go into surgery, is there a way to not have to even worry about that? Like a different way, or like how do you come off of it? Because a lot of people will talk about how they're afraid to take that pain medication because they could get addicted to it. Is that like a normal thing that happens?
I guess you would have to, because I worked in pain management, you have to do like a big, huge risk assessment on them.
Oh, okay.
To see if they have underlining factors of codependence in general.
Okay.
Such as like with alcoholism or even family history. They say it's genetic. I don't think it's genetic. I think it's more of some people like the feeling of being that
Right.
high,
Right.
and that's what they want to continue to get.
Right.
And if that's the case, then a lot of people, here's what I always tell people: pain won't kill you. So it depends on how much you're willing to sit there and say, I can just tolerate this pain, or are you willing to just take a medicine that can like totally screw you up for the rest of your life, not just your life, your family's life, your kids' life, and everybody else around you.
Right. Right. Yeah. That's good.
Pain does not kill you. Does not. We made it a 5th vital sign when, I don't remember, I think it was like early 2000s, so that the medical field said, that, okay, we got to make that the 5th vital sign. So that's always asked nowadays. So people think that they don't have to be in pain.
Right. Very
Who likes
interesting.
that, though?
No one likes to be in pain, but pain is a reason there's something going on with your body. It's a symptom telling you something's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. So you shouldn't take something to cover it up all the time. Now, there are extenuating circumstances and situations where people have had like bad car accidents or in war or whatever, where they get hurt, and then they're going to have chronic pain because scar tissue causes chronic pain. You change the structure of your body itself, which then causes more pain. And again, pain doesn't kill you. You have to figure out how much you're going to be able to tolerate.
Good.
Interesting.
That's
Yeah,
really good.
very good.
Yeah, I don't like pain.
Nobody does.
Nobody does.
I don't, but I agree. For me, it's like if I tweak my back or something like that, I don't go and start taking any kind of medicine because then you don't know if you're doing something to cause it to get worse.
Correct.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like for me, it's like you have to work through it
Yeah.
because it is a symptom of something else. You have to work through it. So
Yeah. That reminds me when I had my C-sections where they send you home with some heavy stuff, but I refused to take any because like it's a good indication. Like I knew if I was doing too much, my body would tell me like slow down, which you tend to do too much
oh yeah.
Yeah.
when
You have a new baby.
you have a new baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're having to lift a heifer, like
Yeah.
my brother was like 10 pounds. I was 8 pounds.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
Yeah. So that's not like after you have a kid, you're right. Like
Yeah.
you don't need, and you had a C-section because what did they say? You're not supposed to lift more than what?
5
2
pounds.
pounds?
Yeah.
Oh, 5?
And let
When
me
you
tell
have
you,
a baby?
pain medication gets you constipated.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's one of the
I
big
had to
things
bring
because
a
it
butter
slows your
knife
bowels
into the
down.
bathroom once.
You what?
You what?
Wait a minute. I don't have my earpiece in. What did you say?
After my C-section, I had to bring a butter knife into the bathroom. It's like,
Scooped it out.
can I get it out?
Good
I'm
Natalie's
sorry.
face.
No, I love
It's just
it.
what it is. I got it out.
Hey, you listen, you got to do what you got to do.
A butter knife, yeah.
Did
Jeffrey handed it to me because I guess he had experience with it. No, it was a metal butter knife and it did the job.
Oh my gosh. Natalie, do you
I
have a better
learned my lesson.
But you
suggestion?
threw the butter knife away. Please
Yes,
tell
yes,
me.
yes,
Thank
yes,
God.
yes.
Because you
I'm
did
not a monster.
Because you did not throw the loofah away.
True.
I'm not a monster.
Just questioning.
True.
Well,
Sorry to all the viewers that had to hear that.
oh my gosh, that's freaking funny.
That is funny. I've never heard of a butter knife.
I know.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, that's special.
Never.
That's
In
special. Natalie, is there a better way? Like, if you get constipated, is there a better way?
I mean, I've had to disimpact people before. We've never used butter knives.
That's good to know.
Like, how do you
saying.
disimpact people?
Yeah.
A glove and lots of lube, and you just go in and
you
you pull.
know what?
Oh, I was going to show you that video. Oh, can I show you a picture? You're not going to believe it since we're bringing up constipation.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Go
hold
for
on.
Okay,
it.
wait, she might be able to find it for you.
Oh no, I have it saved.
Oh no.
I have it
I
saved.
might
Are
throw
you?
up.
She can airdrop. You airdrop it to her?
Maybe. Hold on. Hold on. I actually sent it to my husband. So
What's the context of this?
it is a person that is very, very constipated, and oh, here it is. Okay, how do I get this to you?
Hey, Kellyanne, can you grab her phone
Instagram?
and just airdrop it?
It's on Instagram. So
oh, yeah. Okay.
well, it's an X-ray, so you're not actually seeing the stool. No, you're gonna see like a picture of the whole
Intestine?
The whole side of the intestine is one solid piece of poop from the rectum itself.
Oh my goodness.
All the way up to the diaphragm. Well, they had to put him under. They actually had to take him for surgery to disinfect it. That's all one big piece of poop. And then as it goes, you can see the side view. That's the side view. From his butt to his diaphragm. That's all one huge piece of poop. And they literally had to take the person and take him to surgery and put him out. And then the assistant had to go in there and just start pulling it all out.
Through the butthole?
Yeah.
How did they get it? Once it goes to a certain thing, how do you got to massage the stomach or
Yeah.
something?
You got to massage the stomach to keep it coming down.
Was there a butter
That
knife
must have
involved?
stank
I don't know.
so
They didn't
bad.
really show that. Oh, I could have.
Can you
Listen,
imagine?
like I said, I've had to disimpact people before. It's not a good job. It's not a fun job.
No.
Literally. yeah.
Literally. But yeah, I saved that one. I was like, you want to talk
Oh.
constipation? That's bad.
Never. Never ever.
Oh no, there was no way
How does something like that happen? How do you get that impacted?
because you don't pay attention.
What do you mean you don't pay attention? How do you not know that you don't have to go poop?
I'm telling you, you guys ever work in the medical field, you would be completely shocked. Come to an ER for like a week.
Nah.
I hear about it all the time. People don't poop. But I'm like, what's your health issues? How often do you go to the bathroom? Oh, once a week.
Oh, there it is.
No, you got to go more often.
Please
than
go
that.
more often.
Okay,
than that.
so
Possibly you have taken a look at your investment account or retirement account and are having
wait, he's gonna
a very
swear.
shitty Monday
Sorry,
Oh, right,
guys.
that's all
Okay.
he said was that.
Okay, I got it.
All right, now
it's
he's
all
not.
okay. We're on
Monday.
Rumble.
or any day because this is one single piece of stool. And then taking a look at sagittal CT is no less impressive.
Way.
Going
Can you
from your
believe it?
tailbone, your coccyx, which is right here, and this black spot is the lung, so to the diaphragm.
What in the world?
An enema is not doing anything on this level of poopiness. This was treated with manual disinfection under general anesthesia. That is the fancy medical way of saying the patient was put under so they couldn't feel it. And then in surgery intern with the smallest hand, so probably the female intern, manually disinfected, stuck her
Can't you
hand
just,
in,
like, suck it out?
got out as
To the
much as
butthole.
Yeah,
So
That's how
they
you
got her.
disinfect.
So they got up somebody's butthole with their hand.
they had to. Yeah. I mean,
How in the world does your hand go up somebody's
it
butthole?
expands. Your butt expands.
That's why you use a butter knife.
No way. Can a raccoon go on somebody's butt?
they put gerbils up there. You didn't know that?
No.
What is happening?
A lot of people like that as a
What is
sexual
happening?
thing.
You guys.
I'm dead serious. You think I'm joking.
no.
You guys think I'm joking. I am not joking.
Okay, so
God.
somebody
That's a
just
nudge.
said in the room,
Somebody
people get
just said.
fisted all the time. Fisting.
Yes, you. It does. It's yeah. Your whole fist will go in there.
Do it. Oh, do it. AI. AI
Oh
knows.
my
we're back
gosh.
Sorry, but I mean that's.
That was not even a thought.
That is insanity.
Your rectum will expand and get big. Yes, I mean the skin. It's muscle and it's skin. It does. It can expand.
It's meant to get stuff out, but not to. What
I've seen
Norman
people.
talking
I've
about.
seen people come in. I had a patient one time come into the ER complaining of stomach pain. And he's like, I think I'm just constipated. And I'm like, well, we need to do an x-ray. And then next thing I know, there were anal beads all the way up in his transverse colon, which means all the way up here. They traveled all the way from down there. Because if you leave your, like back in nursing school, you were told, if you take a rectal temperature, do not walk away because your butt has, your rectum itself, muscles, going backwards. It will literally suck it up and take it up.
oh my gosh.
But it's true. You're taught with that in school. Don't leave that. Don't let go of that thermometer because back in my day, you used a glass thermometer when I first went
yeah.
to school. You did not walk away because it would go up in there.
Vanessa's gagging.
I'm fighting for my life right now.
I feel like I'm sweating.
But yeah. But the guy had all the way up in here. He had anal beads all the way up in here, and I was like, and he didn't want his wife to know. And then he got admitted to the hospital. They thought we was going to have to take it out, and then the PA was like, "No, we're not going to do that. I did enemas, and he's going to take all this Miralax and all this other stuff, mag citrate, and he's going to poop them out. We're going to make sure he poops them out."
So what are anal beads?
They're like balls, and there's like a whole
You're
bunch
not
of
on the mic.
there's a whole bunch of balls like on a string, and they put them in, and then during arousal, the partner will
During
start to pull
climax.
out one at a time to increase your arousal. Yeah. So. Sorry.
Too late now.
It's all medical.
right. She doesn't know half the
Pastor
words
Tom
we're
is her
saying.
pastor.
Yeah, we're fine.
So yeah, I mean it's crazy. That yes, it can expand that big.
Holy moly.
So at least
Alrighty
Vanessa got
then.
it out. Vanessa got it out at that time
Yes.
and didn't get that big.
Yes. And yeah,
A butter
not
knife.
okay.
I'm not okay.
If anybody has a problem,
Use a butter knife
Use a butter knife.
carefully.
Maybe
It broke the
maybe-
seal. It just needed to it needed
No.
some help. I had so much pain medication after
I'm
a
telling you, it
C-section.
constipates you.
It does.
Natalie said it.
It does. It slows your bowels down. So you're
Absolutely.
right. Your large bowel is made to pull out water to form stool, because when it comes to the large bowel, it's all liquid. Otherwise, you would just pass liquid constantly.
Oh, I didn't
So
know
your
that.
large bowel, once it hits here, as it gets in there, its job is to pull liquid out. So if it's getting there and it's already constipated, or it's slow in transit, pulls more water out, so then it gets harder and harder and harder.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I just thought it came straight from the stomach like that.
No, you have your stomach, and then you have your small bowel, which is like 30 feet long, and then you have your large bowel.
Interesting.
Oh man.
That's why I don't operate on you.
The small bowel is really long. That's like when they say that you eviscerate and all the guts fell out. That's the small bowel.
Holy crap.
Literally.
You guys, you're
Holy
welcome.
crap.
What a way to end, though.
What
I'm sure
a
everyone
way
loved it.
to finish
Yes, so
this
she'll be
out.
back at the end of next month.
Yeah, if you've
The
got
end of
any
May,
questions,
she'll be back.
If you need to reach out to her professionally, this is her information. But if you have a question, you send them over to askhope@hopehotline.com. But this is her website and her phone number. And yeah, if you have not switched over to this way of doing it, I don't know if you guys have ever been to urgent care. It takes forever now to just have somebody see you, and then when
Oh,
they
yeah.
see you, they're like, well.
You need to go to the emergency room.
Yeah, maybe go to the emergency room. It's like 7 hours later. Yeah, that is not the way I like doing things. So for the few times that we do need her, she has been amazing. So please, please, please check her out.
Never.
Her costs are very, very, very fair. And yeah, and like, listen, she's a wealth of knowledge too. So if you do, she'll be back next month. And you'll definitely want to send the questions over, askhope@hopehotline.com, just in case you don't know. But yeah, this is always a fun episode. And to end like that.
Yes, end on a good note.
Wow.
Yeah, to end on fisting is always interesting. Or anal beads.
Oh my God.
Lovely. Both things I had no idea about. But you know what? You're never too old to learn.
No.
True.
Just goes to show you.
hadn't either.
Oh.
57 years old, and I'm still learning.
Still learning.
Dear Lord.
Just a lifetime learner.
That's why I said being part of the medical field, you figure out people. People are people. People are
Sickies.
I mean, even her doing dental, she knows.
That's
Telling ya.
disgusting.
True.
Disgusting, I tell you. Okay, so do we put in the comments where to get a hold of her?
We can,
Yep,
absolutely.
beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, people. We will see you on Wednesday of next week. See you on Sunday. And hopefully you're coming on Friday night.
Yes, come be here Friday
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, it's going to
It'll
be great.
be-
We'll fit you in
Somehow.
somehow, some way.
Some way.
But it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Be here Friday. See you Sunday. We'll be back on Wednesday. Bye.